Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Kickin' It with Tim and the Mechanic. I'm Tim. He's the mechanic. Brandon Cuttino. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. It's good. It's good to be talking some kickboxing with you, man. It's been a minute. I know the people have been sad, but I know they will rejoice when they see our beautiful faces.
Man, you are absolutely correct about that. It's been a month. Somehow I chose to go on vacation during the biggest fight of the last decade. Like, what was I even thinking? And then it lived up to the hype. But anyway, we got some sweet clothes going on. Tell us about what we're wearing, Brandon.
Hey, man, we're wearing the merch. The Kickin' It, the Kickin' It merch representing the show, which of course everybody can get at fightersfirst.shop. That's where you can go get all of our shirts. Remember, we have this shirt, we have our original shirt too, and then also too, of course, you guys can get the mechanic collection as well. So if you want to support me, then of course you got Tim with his other stuff, Calf Kick Sports as well. You guys can get merch from there as well. Help us, support us, and of course, man, just keep growing this beautiful sport of kickboxing.
Man, you know what? Over the last month, I think we've people in kickboxing are very pessimistic, but I think over the last month, we can clearly say that if you believe that kickboxing was suffering in the dark ages, that the match Tenshin versus Takeru must be a rise into the Renaissance era at this point. This was the largest gate in kickboxing, maybe combat sports in Japan history. This was, in terms of pay numbers, the biggest fight in kickboxing history. Of the last 10 years in terms of hype, this was definitely the biggest fight of the last 10 years, maybe of all time, because we don't know what viewership numbers look like. But I think even on our own numbers from covering this event, we could measurably see that the match was huge.
Yes.
Right? Like our show somehow got we get like average hundreds of views. That one was thousands of views, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was bumping, man. Like I said, the people were into it. It was just great, man. Like this is what we want from kickboxing, man. We just want people to know and just keep growing it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it was a ton of fun. So the actual match itself, Tenshin controlled the fight. He had a really just a lightning fast jab to carry out the 3 rounds. We didn't have the extension round. It just wasn't necessary. I think it was quite clear. 3 rounds, at worst, 2 rounds to 1 in terms of Tenshin. What was your analysis of the fight? How did you feel about it? Tell me everything.
Yeah, man. Well, of course, I picked Takeru. I thought Takeru was going to come out with basically his opponents that he's had, the competition that he's had, I think was at a higher level. I thought he, just gonna be better prepared. But Tenshin proved me wrong, man. Tenshin came out, maybe because he knew this was gonna be his last fight in kickboxing. He's like, yo, I'm going all out. I'm gonna show these people who I am, and that's what he did, man. He came out, did his thing. I think he got the knockdown as well. And I think really after that knockdown, man, I don't think Takeru really ever recovered from that. To me it just seemed like Takeru never really got going. I don't know if it was like we talk about the righty lefty dynamic, fighting like that. It can always be tough to fight a southpaw. And I don't know if that really played a part into it, but it just really seemed like Takeru never really got going, and Tenshin with the knockdown, I think that definitely put him back. And I just don't know too, man, if maybe man the bright lights got to him, Takeru, because like I said, this was a big match. Most people watch the gate, all this pressure representing K1 versus Rise. You can just tell, like, after the fight was over, his press conference, just the way how he was feeling, like he was really taking it to heart. Like he was saying, like he really was like, he felt like he let people down, and like, which I've been there before too, man. Like it's a sucky feeling, but it's just like, he was just like really taking it hard. Cause I guess, like I said, it was Rise versus K1. He was representing K1, representing his people, his gym and everything like that. And he just didn't have the performance that he wanted. And yeah, man, and that's why he was like, oh, I'm gonna take a break and everything like that. So, we shall see what the future really holds for him. But like I said, man, that fight, it was tension, man. Like I was wrong, man. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys listen to me and Tim and you betted on Takeru and you lost some money, sorry, people.
Man, and you know what? I think there was 1 minute. The first minute of the fight was a feeling out process. Once Tenshin realized the timing and the right angle on the jab, which was like an inside, and it's hard to do when you have the open side of a southpaw versus an orthodox. It's a very hard thing to land the jab from there. Once he got the jab, that was the story of the fight. From there, Takeru, who's an incredible fighter, he got away from setting things up. He wasn't fainting into entries or anything like that. He was just trying to march forward and brawl as much as possible, which sometimes works, or if you're leading to it, works in something. But I think, like you said, under the bright lights, it's a 10-hour long event. They were the main event for more media than they've ever done in history. It's possible because at one point he was just marching forward, eating jabs, not setting anything up. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see the rematch, but like you said, so Tenshin is now saying, I'm going to boxing. Takeru has relinquished all of his K-1 titles and is currently doing like a Muay Thai tour of Thailand. What the future holds for the biggest names in kickboxing, nobody knows. Best case scenario, we just get the match 2023. Stop me when I'm wrong, you know?
Yeah, no, man. I mean, I know that's what us as kickboxing fans would love. Like I remember, I kind of jokingly put it out there with Takeru about him maybe doing Muay Thai, you know. But I just put it out there just because, like I said, you know, he's doing it. You know, he's hanging out in Thailand. You know, he's practicing throwing elbows and everything like that. But maybe it could be where it is, where I think somebody suggested like, oh, it could just be where he just might maybe want to get that big fight with Rodtang, you know, and he could do a more, you know, a one-off there, you know, with one, you know, K1 and one coming together, you know, another big show, you know, possibly happening. But yeah, man, with Tenshin, don't know. Like I say, he's supposed to go into boxing. Who knows when that's going to start? You know, if his first fight's going to be in Japan, or if he's going to try to jump over into the big leagues and just come right here into the USA, you know, right off the bat. But who knows?
But yeah, we'll follow his boxing career with great interest. He's still a young guy, despite having massive success in kickboxing. He is a very young man. Takeru's a little bit later on. I think he's turning 30 in the next little while here. Yeah, the Rodtang fight. Rodtang has been calling out both of these guys for a long time and framing it as if there was like the Tenshin and Takeru had the 10-year long, or the long time Cold War. Rodtang has always been getting into it and saying, no, it's not just those two. I'm here too. I'm the other guy in that weight class. But it is challenging with different rules. Like in Muay Thai, Rodtang wins. In kickboxing, Takeru and Tenshin probably win. Rodtang did fight Tenshin a few years ago in a very close fight under kickboxing rules, and all of them have just gotten better since that time. But yeah, I would, just because I'm a big fan of Rodtang and Takeru, yeah, throw them in there. I don't care what rule set. I don't care what gloves. Let's go.
I mean, like if you think about it, like you see Takeru's hanging out in Thailand. To me, that makes it seem like where he's like, yo, I'm willing to do a Thai fight, you know, against Rodtang. So I mean, like I said, I mean, hey, this is just all speculation from us. You know, we don't know anything. We won't have any inside scoops. But like I said, you just see a guy in Thailand. You know, he said he was going to take a break. You just thought, you know, he was going to just, you know, take some time off and relax. But no, his break is he's hanging out in Thailand, doing a tour, you know, and everything like that, practicing throwing some elbows and everything like that. So, you know, it just gets people thinking like, oh, maybe he's going to maybe try to talk to K1 and get that fight with the Rodtang going.
Could you imagine? Oh, it would be just unreal to get Rod. Man, I'm a big fan of Rodtang. Still midway point through their flyweight Grand Prix. He's going to be meeting Savas Michael in 1161, which is on the Demetrius Johnson undercard. And I'm also reading predictions from everybody else, because the other side of the Grand Prix has Walter Gonzalez and Superlek, and everyone like Liam Harrison and all these other guys are still saying like, yeah, Superlek probably wins the whole tournament. So the whole Grand Prix is going to be a ton of fun. What's going on with Rodtang, super interested in. But yeah, Tenshin Takeru, awesome fight. I wish it was more accessible for people outside North America, because even someone like in the know like myself, I couldn't find it. I think everybody had trouble finding, because even in Japan they had lost their big TV deal, you know. So I think it had to be on a Bima TV, which I kind of have. Well, I do have, but I don't. Man, like it's hard for me to understand the language, because it's all in Japanese anyway. So I'm just like, am I ordering this pay-per-view? I don't even know what was going on. Like I was trying to get it, but it just wasn't working for me, you know. But I was still able to catch it later on somehow, so it still worked out. Somehow, yeah, through legal means. No, Abima, like, they up their security. So, like, my old VPN worked no problem. They up their security, and now the same VPN no longer works. You couldn't even eat. I'm like, I'm trying to throw money at Abima. I would still purchase the event with real money on credit card. Why do I need to be in Japan to buy your event? Just let me buy your event. Even after, I'll buy the tape delayed event. Just let me buy your event. I'm trying to give you money here, guys.
Yeah. And then, of course, too, man, just on that card, you got to talk about my guy, Nori. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, man. K1 did not kind of have a good night, man, because those Rise dudes came to bang, and they were like, yo, this is our time to let people know that Rise is where it's at. Because a couple of K1 guys, man, they didn't look so good.
Man, pound for pound, great. I think we can safely call him. Masaki Nori loses unanimous decision, extension rounds. Man, he came in with a ton of hype. Like, he was one of our favorites, but just doesn't get it done. Kento Haraguchi gets a TKO stoppage in round 2. I think Yaman really stole the show with his round 1 knockout. Mahmoud Satari gets a round 1 knockout as well. Those are kind of the ones that stuck out to me, at least. There was a ton of fights on this card. What else did you see that you liked, Mr. Cuttino?
I mean, that like, you really just mentioned it all, man. Like I said, I was really kind of tuning in for the match, and then of course my guy Nori, because I'd still been trying to get him into the top 10 beyond Kick. Listen to me, put him in there, will you?
He deserves it already. Come on, he's super talented. But again, this is the thing of, like, as soon as he fought someone with a name, he loses.
Yep.
Like,
I know.
Whatever, it's fine. Anything else on the match before we move on to some European Kick?
Nah, man. Like I said, it just. I mean, I think it was really good for Japan. I really hope that somehow they can follow it up. You know, they can jump on it. Which they did. We will talk about it later. You know, their next event that they had. But, you know, like I say, K1 does have some events coming up. So does Rise. So hopefully they can just keep the momentum going.
I agree. Yeah, there's stuff later at the end of this month for both Crush and Rise, K1 Crush and Rise. Rings of Venus was right after. But let's jump into Glory a little bit, because there's some news that people have wanted us to touch on. Glory is releasing Russian-born fighters. Tell us a little bit more. Bring us up to date on this one. I mean, I mean, to me, really, I guess I understand what they're saying, but it's like one of those things, like, is this really, like, so true? But maybe it is, because you saw with the Tavares Vahita fight, but basically they released these guys basically saying that we're unable to get them fights. So, which to me means that maybe nobody else is either, I think it was two reasons. Either one, nobody really wanted to fight them, or two, they were having trouble getting them out of their country with everything going on in the world. You know, but like I said, you saw Vahitov and Tavares was supposed to fight for the title. Tavares was like, I can't fight this guy right now with everything going on. So, I mean, the dude had a title shot on the line, and he said, nope, I'm still not going to fight him. So, to me, I think Glory was just like, hey, you know what? We're going to release you guys. Hopefully, maybe you guys can try to get fights on your own elsewhere. This way, they're still getting paid somewhere, you know, somehow, you know, and then, like I said, maybe when everything goes up, they'll just re-sign those guys back again. But it just kind of was a little, you know, because it's like, man, like, why are you releasing these guys? But I mean, when they're saying like, oh, we can't get them fights, or like, no, nobody wants to fight them, you know, what do you want us to do? You know, so it's like, hey, let's just let them go, and if they can maybe get fights elsewhere, you know, so let it be. Yeah, I mean, Glory in this case is like taking a stance against Russia, and then at the same time very much not taking a stance, because what they had kind of said is like, it is very possible that they just couldn't get a work visa for someone like Vakitov. That's totally understandable. Like, he's fighting in a foreign nation. He probably couldn't get a visa approved. That's fair. So they canceled the fight after pressure from Louise Tavares. They apparently had paid Vakitov. So you took a protest against Russian fighters by canceling his fight, but you still paid him. Like you took a very mild stance in this case. You know what I mean? This is like a very neutral position of like, we canceled him because he's Russian, but he still got paid. But yeah, I don't entirely know. Of like, the UFC just kept going on. I think Bellator maybe got announced that they were not going to book Russian fighters, or PFL or someone like that. But yeah, the UFC just was like, whatever, we don't care at all. We'll just book every Russian fighter on the card, because apparently they can still get visas in the US. But Glory, yeah, good for them. Good for them. That's their choice, right?
I mean, it could be that too, because like, say, like, I mean, besides, like I said, because that was the thing when, I mean, going to the UFC, that was the thing with Volkov. Like they weren't sure if the Volkov fight was going to happen because they weren't sure if he was going to get a visa, But also, you got to remember too, like that was England, different story. But this is Belgium, This is the Netherlands. Maybe those countries have different stances, and maybe they're the ones who say, "Nah, we're not doing it." Because, like I said, the UFC are doing shows in the US. Maybe the US is different, they'll let people come over and stuff like that, but other European countries are gonna be like, no. So it's like one of those things it's like I get it, I understand you, Glory. You're trying to let these guys still be able to provide for themselves and everything like that. But it's just a sucky thing because like we all want to see the Tavares of Vital rematch. Because like I said, I was there at Glory 9. I was there in person to see it, so I would love to see it again. But there just might be something that we might have to wait on just a little bit longer.
But speaking of Louise Tavares, he will be having. Let me bring it up here. This just segues so well here. Look at the segue. I love this. Okay, let's talk about this. The schedule upcoming. So Glory has figured out their schedule. They had a good first half of the year, and they're looking to have a great second half of the year, just like Brandon Cuttino said. August 20th, Glory 81. September 17th, Glory Rivals 2 against Infusion. October 8th, Glory Collision 4. That's the big one. Bada Hari and Alistair Overeem. November 5th, Glory Rivals 3 against Infusion. November 19th, Glory 82. And December, just as December, Glory Rivals. Yet. No date. Okay, so just December, Glory Rivals 4 against Rise in Japan, and I think there's one fight booked for that one, and it's a rematch, correct?
I didn't know that they had a match yet booked for that one. I might have missed that one.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one. Yeah, I don't quite remember off the top of my head. However, Louise Tavares has been booked for Glory 81 for the vacant light heavyweight championship against Sergey Maslobovyev. Now, Louise Tavares has just been on a wrecking streak. Sergey Maslobovyev is a challenging fight for any fighter. He's a frustrating fighter to be up against. Incredibly skilled. But yeah, Louise Tavares hasn't lost since 2019. Sergey Maslobovyev is coming off hasn't lost since 2017. What do you see in this vacant light heavyweight matchup, Glory 81?
Yeah, man, I think this is a banger of a fight. I think it's a good fight. I'm picking. I mean, I'll tell you guys already. I mean, we're gonna go into our official picks later on, but I'm leaning towards Tavares right now. Like I said, I just think he has the momentum because he has been more active. Like I say, he just recently fought at Glory Rivals 1. While I want to say his opponent has kind of been off for a while, so he's a little more active. He's ready to get back in there. He's ready to go. But I mean, but you can't sleep on his opponent because his opponent does have power. Dude can knock you out. I think he has that like flying knee kick, knockout, I think, or knockdown at least. One of his fights. So I mean, it should be a banger of a fight. It's a good co-main. But yeah, I'm just happy that we are getting title fights. On this card.
So this was so the Glory Rivals against Rise. This was the match I saw that was. I thought it was on the December card, but it's the Kento Haraguchi versus Petch, the champion in Glory. I thought this was on the Rivals with Rise. It's just on a regular Rise event with the Rise.
It's the following day after Glory 81.
Perfect. Okay. Now we're on the same page. So Glory 81 also announced the heavyweight showdown, the heavyweight rematch. Let me bring it up here. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Benjamin Adegbuyi versus Jamal Ben Saddik. This is a rematch from the heavyweight Grand Prix from a few years ago, in which Ben Saddik won by first round knockout. Now, Benjamin Adegbuyi gets the chance for revenge. Now, the winner of this match will then face Antonio Plazibat for an interim Glory heavyweight championship at Glory Collision 4, according to Glory. And then the winner presumably will fight Rico Verhoeven in 2023. Well, how do you break it down? We got so much going on at heavyweight. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I know everybody's all upset about there being an interim title. Why isn't Rico fighting? He's fighting on his own show in October. Why isn't he fighting for Glory? Hey, man, it is what it is. Like I say, Glory's letting him do his thing. Like I said, I know he has this. I know he had an injury. So he just wanted to fight one time. He's going to do it for his show, which, hey, I don't blame him, man. He's trying to pump up his own show, get that going. But yeah, like I said, I mean, the dude's been a fighting champion. I think he's been a model citizen, want to say for glory, doing all the right things for glory. So I think they're just, letting him be, they're letting him get this one off. But hey, man, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I'm cool with Plazibat getting a interim title, a title shot, should I say, because you don't know if he's going to win or not. But I mean, these are the right guys for it, because like I say, you just have Jamal Ben Saddik, who recently fought for the title, so you're kind of putting him back in the mix. Benjamin Adegbuyi, before his loss to Plazibat, was basically really your number one guy for the longest time, but he wasn't trying to fight Rico, or Glory didn't really want that to happen. But either way, it's drama, because if Jamal Ben Saddik wins, he's going to fight Plazibat. They're teammates at Mike's gym. And if Benjamin Adegbuyi wins, he gets his rematch against Plazibat, and then he eventually will have to fight Rico. So it's drama all the way in the heavyweight division, which is good for us fans.
Like, it's going to be teammates versus teammates. Benjamin Adegbuyi trains with Rico Verhoeven every day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we got so much drama going on. I hope that it goes through. But like, regardless of teammate drama, we got a 3-man tournament going on here. Who do you see coming out on top?
Man, you know me, I'm biased. I'm going with my man Benjamin Adegbuyi. Reason being is because one, I know Benjamin comes up with the whole, hey, when him and Jamal Ben Saddik fought, it was a tournament. They went to, I think like Benny did have the harder road. But one thing too is like, well, Jamal Ben Saddik fought you with a broken arm, bro, and he knocked you out. So that's kind of like, But this one of the things was like, well, he trains with Rico. They're from the same coach. Rico has beat Jamal Ben Saddik, a couple of times, so you would think that Benjamin would be able to follow up and get this W this time, So this is the second time around. And then if he beats Jamal Ben Saddik, then he goes to Plazibat. Say the first time it didn't go so well for him, but hopefully maybe this time he has a better plan and he can take, because I just think, man, he just has a good team, man. He just has a good team. They're smart people. I think of the three, Benjamin is the best technical fighter of them. I think he's the most technical fighter of the three. But man, Jamal Ben Saddik got that power. Plazibat got that power. And to me, Benny is susceptible of getting caught. And man, just one of those things, like, I want to say Benny, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see a Plazibat versus Jamal Ben Saddik rematch. And then I mean, honestly, I just feel like Jamal Ben Saddik is the guy. I think he's the guy, man. I think he's gonna be too big for Plazibat, and he's just gonna come in and just put him out. But I mean, but then the thing too, man, though, like Jamal, the thing too, man, is like, it's like, man, well, like Jamal Ben Saddik gets tired easily, or should I say he gets tired, and like Plazibat to me just has a motor. The dude just goes, like, he don't quit. So it's like, man, I know I just said Benny, then I just said Jamal Ben Saddik. Now, man, I'm leaning towards Plazibat. I don't know, man. I can't give you a prediction right now.
That's why it's fun. That's why we get them to fight. It's exciting, and like, we as kickboxing fans, jaded, pessimistic quite a bit. This is fun, and I like this. I know people are complaining, but like, this is the best case scenario given all the ingredients of what's currently going on. I kind of like the interim title. In the end, I want Plazibat to kind of get what I think he feels is due and the fans feel is due. It'd be nice to see, but at heavyweight, with all this power being thrown around, like, I think Benjamin Adegbuyi, stop me when I'm wrong, was winning his Plazibat fight until he got knocked out in the second round. Maybe I'm misremembering or something like that, but like,
man. I think Benjamin Adegbuyi is the best technical fighter out there. But like I said, he can get caught, and when he does get caught, it can go downhill. Like, I mean, his Bada fight, he did get dropped by Bada Hari, but then he came back and then he dropped Bada Hari. So that's why I still think like Benjamin can, like I said, he can take a shot, but and then he can give it back. But like I say, you just never know, man. That's why these people fight,
Man, that's exactly right. All right, let's move forward. We had K-1 Rings of Venus held a new championship, and they also had a Grand Prix. And the Grand Prix was kind of set up to make sure that their favorite champion, the most popular person in the world, she is saving kickboxing single-handedly. Miyu Sagara was set up to win the tournament, and then 19-year-old, I want to say, did they change her name? I thought it was like Pei Yong, but it's Feia Hong at age 19, defeated Miyu in the Grand Prix finals, taking the title. Man, we're getting some stars in this division. We got titles passing around. What do you think of the future of this 19-year-old? And then we'll talk about the championship.
Man, it was a good tournament overall, hands down, good tournament, man. The ladies came out, they brought it, and you can tell like these ladies were really into it, man. Like they were really wearing their emotions like on their sleeves, like they were feeling it because I think they just knew that this was like an all female card. Everybody's watching. They gave them this nice platform, for them to go out and showcase their talents. And that's what really they all did. They came out to me, man, all fights were good. There really wasn't a boring fight. And then like I said, and then stars were made. And that's what we want. We want stars to be made. Like I said, we got a 19-year-old now from Thailand doing her thing. She came into a foreign country, came out, did her thing. She's the champ, and now people are gonna know her. Of course, K1 should want to promote her and put her out there again.
Absolutely. Kana Morimoto winning the vacant championship against Cerise Manfredi. I know Cerise Manfredi. She's been training like her entire life in martial arts. And I only know about her because I was supposed to interview her last year for a bare knuckle fight that she had. So I did all this research on her and then she canceled on me. But Cerise Manfredi, yeah, she's been in martial arts like her entire life, moved to Thailand, took a bunch of BKFC fights, got like knockout of the year on it. She's experienced as a Thai fighter, but Kana knocked her out, dominated the fight, bell to bell. It was awesome to see, and what a great highlight it was. What do you think of this one?
Oh man, I loved it. It was beautiful violence. It was beautiful violence. Like I really lately have been. I forgot how I came about onto Kana. I think it might have been through Anissa Meskin because I think they were like kind of buddy. So I think that's how I came on. But man, like she looked fantastic. She looked great. Came out there. She basically controlled the whole fight. It started out hot, man. Like that first round, she had those two knockdowns. You were like, this was about to be over, but her opponent survived, and then she kind of came back in the second round a little bit. She kind of caught Kana a couple of times, but man, it was just good. It was a good fight. They threw it down. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kana does. Because like I said, man, this is the thing, man, with the women's kickboxing, like they all want to call each other out, but it's like every time you look, like they're all in different weight classes because this was 52 kilos. So then it was that, I think that's 114 pounds. I think she's fighting at when before I think she was at 122, kilos like everybody else. But then again, like I think Aniska Meskin's going down and all this stuff, to fight Janet Tasso. It's like you don't know where people are. In these women's divisions now, because I feel like maybe 52 kilos is now where everybody's trying to be at. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice because we're such a big fan of it. We want to see the best fight the best, regardless of weight category. But yeah, anyway, we'll move forward onto Line Fight 74. Took place stateside in the U.S. This was where was this? Boston, Massachusetts.
Yep, Boston, Massachusetts.
Steve Walker retains his Line Fight Super Cruiserweight title. Warren Thompson wins a North American Heavyweight title. And Reagan Gowing also earns a Women's North American Flyweight title. Line Fights, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Brandon, bring us up to date on what we missed and what we need to watch.
Yeah, no, man, it was. I mean, Line Fight does what they can. Like say, I mean, the three title fights were definitely good. Walker did his thing, man, came out. Got that knockout, man. I mean, his opponent was, I think, 6'6", while I think Walker's like 6'4". He was definitely taller than him. And also too, I think he was a southpaw as well. I think he said that was his first time ever fighting a southpaw too. But man, I mean, he didn't really have any trouble with him, man. He put him out. It was a good fight for him, man. Warren Thompson, been a fan of his since his glory days. I kind of actually thought he retired, but then I think he came back and did some bare knuckle fights, which of course seemed like that's how everybody gets back into combat sports when they say they retire. And then boom, and then I think he came back into Line Fight like last year, or maybe it could have been earlier this year. But yeah, man, but he looked good. Congrats to him. I'm glad that he got his title and everything like that. It was good. It was good. Man, I can't remember. And then, man, the women's title fight. I think that was a rematch as well. The girl that won, she actually lost it by a cut the first time they fought. This time, or anything like that. She came in, and to me, man, I thought she dominated all 5 rounds, and she got her revenge.
Man, it's super good. Lion Fights always has good stuff. I think most of it's available on UFC Fight Pass, right? Is that correct?
No, they're they're no longer on Fight Pass. They're actually on they're on Fight. They're on the Fight app now. So
Gotcha.
So I think it was $20, if you just wanted to buy one off, but if you join the Fight Plus, you're paying like $5 a month for it and everything like that. Gotcha. But it was cool. It was like I said, it was good. I enjoyed it. And then there was just one more fight that I just want to talk about. I just can't remember the guy's name because it was it was the Dan Tracy versus Elvis Johnson fight. So Dan Tracy, I remember him, and like he basically was a knockout artist, would come out and just be dropping everybody. But not this time, man. Elvis Johnson was a taller guy, leaner guy. I mean, he basically put it on Dan Tracy. And I think he stopped him. I want to say the ref had to step in and stop it. But yeah, man, that was a fight that I was looking forward to because, like I said, I just remember Dan Tracy knocking people out and everything like that. Because I think the last time when he fought over in England. I think he knocked this dude out in 16 seconds. But this time he was on the receiving end, and man, just shout out to Elvin Johnson on that one.
Man, I'm hoping to see more lion fights here in the U.S. because if you're a rising kickboxer in Japan, there's leagues that you can compete in to kind of rise through the ranks. If you're a kickboxer in Europe, there's very good leagues to be competing in to rise through the ranks. If you're in the U.S., it's a little bit challenging to actually rise to the level where major leagues want to recruit you. So I'm hoping that Lion Fights continues to do more in the United States. But also, Glory confirmed, as you saw just 2 hours ago, this is fresh news. Robbie Timmers said it's probably going to be 2023. Common Glory Kickboxing will be coming back to the U.S. Brandon, you have some experience here. Tell us, are they going to Miami? What do you think, New York? Who are they going to have on it? Where can American fighters rise to get into Glory?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, I like I said, I remember talking, I told you earlier, remember, I reached out to Scott Rudman. Scott Rudman has said that Glory was going to come back to the U.S. Originally, like I said, he had it being this year, but I guess, logistics and everything like that, it is what it is, so, hey, we got to wait till next year. Like, to me, man, I remember, to me, New York is always on their agenda because it's one of the hotbeds. Yes. But then also, too, I know that they started going out to Texas was because they had found that people were watching Glory really and a lot from Texas. So, I mean, if Texas is where it is, I know they were doing Florida a lot. I know there was LA. I mean, either way, that Tiffany Van Soos will be on the U.S. card. And then hopefully maybe again, they'll start bringing back some more U.S. talent. Like, say, because they have a lot of people. That I know that are under, I think there might still be under contract, or maybe they go, but there's a lot of U.S. talent that is itching to get back on Glory, So we shall see, because especially on the women's side, because you have somebody like a Rebecca Irwin who is from Texas, and you have somebody like a Selena Flores who actually fought in Lion Fight, to kind of keep herself busy and everything like that. So. I mean, so to me, and also too, I think he did say in his interview, he did talk about the women's division. So, I mean, I think this is where it is. Is like you come back to the U.S., you're gonna maybe start seeing that growth of the women, because, like I said, 122 is what their division is. I don't know. I don't really know if you're gonna find 122 over in Rise. I don't think you're gonna really find that over in Japan.
Well, yeah, they did the crossover, but it was someone in a way lower weight class anyway. Exactly. We always had the size advantage on Manazzo. That was never a fair fight, but it was cool to see, and I'm happy to see it. But yeah, Tiffany Van Soos, I think she's going to become a face of Glory as they kind of spread through the U.S. more and more, and she's awesome. We're all major fans of how cool Tiffany Van Soos is, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, she's going to be on their biggest show, which is going to be a Collision. She's going to be on there. I don't know who she's going to fight, but I just know she's going to be on it. And hey, Scott Rudman, Robbie Timmers, your boy's still available. My passport's on its way. I had to renew it. It's on the way. Like I said, Muhammad Jiraiya, I know you still need somebody. Holler at your boy. I want the smoke. I'm letting you know, Robbie Timbers. I want the smoke. Me, Muhammad Raya, the mechanic versus the destroyer. We're gonna put on the show. People are gonna love it. Let the Moroccan fans go crazy as I put their boy out, and the tune-up crew will rejoice. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm letting you know, Robbie Timbers, man. You know it. The people have hit you up on the gram. You told somebody that you would keep an eye out for me. I'm here. I'm letting you know. Robbie Timbers, Collision, October. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I've got the inside track. I've got the inside scoop on this. You've been training with the Pereira family. Is that accurate? So, upcoming, if you're looking at your kickboxing calendars, update them. Upcoming is 159. That'll be on July 22nd. There was one kickboxing fight on that one and some Muay Thai on it. Rise 160 is going to be on July 29th. Crush 139 is going to be on July 30th. And 2 weeks from now, we will be back and we'll be covering these events a little bit more in depth for now. But yeah, before we head out of here, Brandon, last word. Tell the folks where they can find more of you, what's going on, all that good stuff.
Yeah, guys, remember, follow me on Twitter at bcuttinotsma. Also, same thing on Instagram, bcuttinotsma. I'm on Facebook as well as Brandon the Mechanic Cuttino. But you really want to interact with me, Twitter's the best spot. Hey, like I said, guys, do me a solid if you can. Hit up Robbie Timbers on Instagram. Let him know you want to see me. Because, man, he had put out a post a while ago saying, who should he sign? Who do you want to see fight again? Like I said, I know a couple people came out for me. If you guys can do that as well, let them know. Just let them know you want to see the mechanic. Like I said, I'm trying to get that Muhammad Raya fight. Like I said, the dude was supposed to fight at Glory 80. Still hasn't fought. He signed a new contract. They want to know who it is that he should fight. I'm right here, man. I mean, hey, they want to do the Northern Benmo fight again with him. And I'm just saying, they want some fresh blood. Hey, I'm American out here. Yo, let's get the peoples going.
That's absolutely right. From Tim Wheaton, Brandon Cuttino, Fighters First at Kickin It. Thanks so much for your time, folks.